Hi, my name is Nick Osborne, aka the Coffee Detective, and today we're going to have a look at the Toddy Cold Brew System. This is essentially a cold water brewing system. Like, obviously, as you know, most coffee brewing takes place with hot water, close to boiling point. This is a cold water brewing system. No power, there are just these two elements. There's a tub on top and a decanter underneath. Now, before I explain how all this works, let me just say a couple of things health related. One, according to Toddy, the coffee that is created by the cold brew system contains 67% less acid than equivalent coffee created by a hot brew system. So if you love coffee but you've got a sensitive stomach, that may be one very good reason to give this a try. The other thing, for people who are concerned about plastics, the tub at the top here is plastic, but it's a high density polypropylene. That is recycling number 2. So this isn't one of the bad ones. This is a BPA free thing. There's the one last plastic element, which is the lid. That's low density polypropylene, and again, no BPA. Alright, so we've done that part of it. So the way you do this is basically you get the tub, you put this little stopper in the bottom, you take this thick filter, put it inside, there's a space for it there, as you can see inside, and then you fill it with water and ground coffee. Now you grind the coffee the same way you would for French press. It's a coarse grind, and you put a lot in there. When you're making a brew, you put 12 ounces of coffee and then 7 cups of water, and you kind of layer it. If you get one of these, you'll be able to read the instructions. There's a particular process, the way you layer the coffee and the water in the tub. Once you've done that, you don't stir it, you don't agitate it, you just let it sit, and you let it sit for 12 hours. And this is the principal difference between a kind of hot brew and a cold brew process, is that hot water extracts the flavor from ground coffee very quickly. Cold water extracts the flavor very slowly. So, I did this yesterday evening. I left it overnight for 12 hours, got up in the morning, removed the stopper, put it over the decanter, and then the cold coffee concentrate drips through. And this is concentrated coffee, because that proportion of 12 ounces of coffee to 7 cups of water that's an awful lot of ground coffee for the amount of water compared to hot brewing. So what this means is that in the decanter here, we now have a concentrate. So if I wanted to make myself a regular hot cup of coffee, I would pour 25% concentrate, 75% hot water to top it up. So if you're looking at that in terms of how much coffee, multiply that by 4, that's the amount of coffee we just brewed overnight. So you can certainly do that. You can you can put this in the fridge. There's the little stopper in the top here to keep any other bad flavors out. You can keep that in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. So if you think about it, if it's just you in the household, or 1 or 2 of you, and you just have a cup of coffee in the morning, you can make this at the weekend, and that's probably a week's worth of coffee before you go to work. You just put, 1/4 concentrate, 3/4 water, or you can use steamed milk and make yourself a kind of faux latte or cappuccino. So that's pretty simple. But what we're actually going to do today, using this concentrate, because I'm shooting this on a hot day in July, is we're going to make iced coffee. So I'm going to take the concentrate, I'm going to put 2 ounces of concentrate, I'm going to get my milk, I'm going to put 6 ounces of milk, and I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, and rather than sugar, I think we'll put in a little bit of chocolate syrup. I'm going to do a little mocha thing here. Okay, I'm going to stir it up, and the great thing here, of course, is that it's already cold. It's not like having to brew, when you make iced coffee, usually you have to brew it in a hot water coffee making system, then you have to let it cool, and then maybe put it in the fridge for a while. Well, this is just sitting ready, so I can now just pour this over the ice in my glass. Wow. And there you go, I'm done. I've got to try this. Excellent. So there you have it. It's not an expensive, as you can see, it's not an expensive machine. It's not going to use any power, and it does make this concentrate, low acid coffee concentrate, so that whether you're making regular coffee or you want to make a faux cappuccino or a faux latte, that's great. But it probably really shines in the summer when you want to make iced coffee, because you just keep this in the fridge, and then to make an iced coffee according to your taste is just going to take you a couple of minutes each time. So that's it. That's the Toddy Cold Brew System.